Hi everybody. Joe and I and the rest of the volunteers at Happy Cat Sanctuary would like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. And we want to take this opportunity to let everybody know what's going on. Because there's a final chapter coming up here for Happy Cat Sanctuary, and it's going to be in 2024. If everybody remembers, we had the problems with the town. They recently came here, and they came here because of one person from Connecticut who initiated this whole thing. Her name is Jennifer. That's all I'm going to tell anybody. We have her last name. We know where she's from. She's from another rescue. And it was about a cat that came here. And that was when the DA's office came here. It definitely was political. And when it comes to animals, it should never be political. Never, 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 never. And it has. So now we're going to move on beyond that. Okay, we wanted to just let everybody know, that one person, okay, who wrote a letter this long, claiming that we had 500 cats and that we don't take care of the animals. Now, everybody that knows Happy Cat Sanctuary has been here. People who have cats here. The volunteers, everybody knows how amazing this place is, how we go over and beyond for these animals with food, medical, the best food, the best medical, and everybody's seen what we've done for these cats here. So moving beyond that, everybody remembers we were trying to buy the house next door. We bought the house, but thankfully, because of the situation we're in now, the hatred of the people that surround the sanctuary, a person put some type of something against the title on the house. Once we signed the contracts, all of a sudden the bank had said that for some reason, they had to give our deposit back because the time ran out on the contract 3 times. And so the person who has the hatred for the sanctuary, who did that, didn't realize they saved us thousands of dollars because we would have lost our deposit. Because now we're being forced to move. And we want people to know that we're looking for a couple acres that is just woods or just a lot. That's all we want. We want it where it's non-residential. It cannot be residential. We're not going to go through this again. And we also want people to know that the sanctuary is in a trust. So if anything happens to me, okay, it goes to 2 other rescues that I chose that are just as amazing on what we do here. Okay, it's the same type of dedicated people. One from Suffolk County and one is from the New York area, the New York City area, who are amazing. They're 2 amazing women that have rescues that will do an amazing job. So I hope people understand that. Also, the sanctuary, we do fundraisers, or we have a company that does fundraisers in 40 states. So there's always funding for the sanctuary, no matter what. There's never going to be a problem where there's no funding. And people need to know that, because sometimes people don't donate because they think that the sanctuary is in trouble or doesn't have the funding or the money. But we do. But now we're in a situation where we have to move, okay? And let me explain that. When the town code enforcement came here, there were 4 of them that walked through, including our lawyer, and basically they told us that we would have to move half of the stuff on the property, including this beautiful tent. This is a double carport. Okay, I'm sure many of you have seen carports as you drive by people's homes, either in the back or on the side. People use it for their cars, okay? And that's what the town does. They have laws so that benefit them when somebody complains. Meaning, everybody has them, just like everybody has trailers in their driveway, but nobody does anything about it until you complain. And when you complain, that's when the town will do something. And that's what's happening here. We would have to remove this whole tent thing. We would have to remove a lot of the catteries that you see outside, beautiful catteries that we just built. Now everybody has to remember, we built all these catteries during COVID. And we did that because we had so many cats that we're helping to take in. Nobody would take cats. Where were these cats going to go? So Happy Cat Sanctuary took in a lot of extra cats. So we built extra things on the property. Now, the town could never do anything to us because there's no limit on cats. The cats were well cared for. The only way that they can come in here and do anything is if the cats were not well cared for. Okay? And the authorities have been here many times. And these cats are so unbelievably well cared for. People have no idea unless they actually see it for themselves. Okay? And many have by the videos. You can see by the videos. Okay? We can't use the basement. Everybody remembers the beautiful basement. The basement is too low. Now, everybody also needs to be reminded that when I personally bought this house in 2007, the basement was already finished. The garage was already finished. And everybody asked, well, so why is that my fault? Because even though the bank and all the others, when I bought the house, didn't say anything, they all wanted their money. The realtor wanted their money. The bank wanted their money. Everybody wanted the money. People were selling the house to me, wanted the money. There were 4 families living in this house, on this property, when I bought it. But you know what? It's water under the bridge. It doesn't matter anymore. But people need to know that, because people will say, well, why is it Happy Cat's fault? Well, you know what? It is what it is. You know, life is not fair. And a lot of people go through that. They buy a house and something gets missed where there's an illegal something, and they turn around and now it's their responsibility. Okay? So now we're in the position of, you know, we got 2 summonses. That's why we're in court now. Okay? Now we're in court fighting for time, because now we have to search for property. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move the ferals. We're going to put it this way so everybody knows. We're going to duplicate everything that's on this property and better somewhere else. If people that have been following me and Happy Cat Sanctuary, they know that if I move somewhere else, it's going to be just as amazing. You know, there's a lot of stuff can be moved. The catteries, we're going to try to move them. You know, we're going to try to move what we can. And then we got to have to do it where, you know, where it's the cats are properly moved. Now, the town appears to be being reasonable. Now, we won't know until if their patience, you know, wear out, if too much time. If we can't find a piece of property, we're screwed. So if anybody knows of a piece of property somewhere, woods, that's available, a couple acres, you know, where it's industrial, commercial, or farm, it doesn't matter. You know, obviously we need to raise some extra money for the property. We can't just, delete all our funds to buy a piece of property without having funds to build, to move. People also need to know that their donations are not going to go towards lawyer fees. God, we've already spent a small fortune on lawyer fees, which is a disgrace that we have to go through this, that the cats are going to suffer because of it. But the lawyer fees are going to come out of me personally, because I still technically own the house. So when we're moved, and when the cats are safely moved, and we get all the code violations taken care of, and we can sell the property, the money is going to go back. Whatever is spent on lawyers will go back to the Happy Cat Sanctuary funds. It won't come out of the cats. That's really important for people to know, because we don't want people to think that their money's going to pay for lawyers. It's not going to happen. I have to basically borrow it from the sanctuary to be able to pay them, and then it will get paid back when the house is sold. And keep in mind, in 4 years, the house itself will go to the cats, because it's in a trust now. It goes into effect in 4 more years. So we hope that I don't know if I got everything covered, but I really needed people to know where we're at here. You know, it's it's sad and unfortunate that we had to do all this work. But you know, if we didn't do all the work and show everybody what we're capable of, then we might be in a worse situation. So it's not the end of the world. We're going to make this work. People know me. We're going to make it happen. So we'll keep everybody updated. Like I said, we're going to court in January, and then we have to continuing to go to court to buy time, as long as we're cooperating, and we have cooperated so far. We let them on the property. Maybe that was a mistake, but we would still end up in court anyway, and they'd still be pointing everything out. So, you know, sadly, you know, we have to move. And not only that, but if just as even more important, I don't want to forget this point, is that even if we corrected everything and we stayed, we still got to deal with all the people around us. So we're better off. I don't want to give this problem to the people who we have in the trust. If, you know, down the road when I move on, you know, to wherever, and those two rescues come in, and you know, we want it to be in a safe place where they're not going to deal with the same kind of BS problems. So that's my goal. When I die, I want to be able to die knowing that these animals are safe and secure. That's all I care about. So anyway, please, people, help us look for property. You see a piece of property, let us know. Not anywhere other than Suffolk County. We do not want to move to Oklahoma. We don't want to hear anybody telling us, hey, we got 20 acres and, you know, we've gone through all that before. People had our hopes up a long time ago, and it was all squashed. So we want to stay here in Suffolk County. Please, it's very important. We have my volunteers are here. We have my foster is here, adopting and everything else, and all my support is here. So we want to stay here. As much as we like to get out of Brookhaven, I don't think we're going to be able to find something cheap in Riverhead. So unless we get that big donation, is what we need. With the big donation, we don't have to worry. Then we can just buy whatever farmland and you know, and be able to do what we want to do. Anyway, Joe's hands are getting tired. He's making faces as usual. So we're going to say goodbye here. We'll keep everybody updated and have a happy new year, everybody. Bye-bye.